Hello, this is Carolyn from Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I'm back today to share with you some mass make of some tags, pockets, that kind of thing to go in my family keepsake journal. So far, in the previous two videos, I've made the box to put my ephemera in. That's been real handy. And I've also showed how I constructed this journal. And these things that I'm making today will go on the pages as either a pocket or attached at the top with a paper clip to be able to clip other things in. I'll just see how I use them as I make the journal. But what I've done is gone through and picked out the pieces that are larger, like this, and there were some circles and various ones. So I picked those out as a background, and then I went through all of my ephemera and I picked out a focal point, which is this on this one. And I picked out, most of them have a butterfly on them, and the butterflies I sprayed with the this stuff here, Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray Sparkle, and it gives just a sparkly overall look to the butterflies, which I thought makes them look so pretty. Then I add just different little ephemera on here, like so, and I have some lace in some cases. And I have these tiny little pearls that I'm putting up the body of some of the butterflies. So I have two here today that I'm going to put together on camera, and then I'll show you the ones that I've already done. But that's the basic process for each one. The main background, the focal point, a butterfly or flowers, additional ephemera ribbon, and some lace. So let me get this one put together for you. I did decide to put the lace up the side on this one, so I want to go ahead and do that before I put anything else on. And I've been using my Fabri-Tac glue. It gives me a little flexibility to move things around, and I can also glue the lace and the paper on with it without switching out my glues. I keep trying to have my fingernails nice for our videos, but they just don't stay that way. I polish them, and then I get into this glue and stuff, and they're messed up again. But I try. So the next thing I'm going to put on is this silhouette in a frame. One idea I had was that I could have cut out, I'm going to use my family pictures in this book, and I could have cut out one to go in here, but I decided to do them differently. So I'm just going to put her on here just slightly, off the bottom, off the side. It doesn't have to be perfectly contained in this square. I have some little flowers, and I want to mention that I did hand cut out all the pieces, and I have used my Distress ink vintage photo to ink the edges. I don't like the white edges. And I have just this little piece of mail here, ephemera, that I'm gonna stick down here on the edge. And then I have this little leftover piece of ribbon, and I just kind of tied in a knot to put on here. And up in this corner, I wanted my butterfly. And I don't glue down the wings, just the body and a little bit onto the wings. So these wings can look a little bit three-dimensional, and I have them, extend past the top and side. And then I have cut my little pearls that I'm going to put on the body of the butterfly. So this can go in on a journal page as a side pocket, top pocket. I could even make a hidden paper clip out of it or just clip it on a page. So the reason I'm making these is so that I can go through the journal and just have things to put on the page already. And they're all different. So that's one. And we'll put this one together next. You see I've got a butterfly again. I chose this as the background. This is my focal point. Let's see, how did I have this? This goes over here. A couple of these little doodads up here. And then I have this pretty lace. I love this. It's tulle with a design on it. And I'm going to kind of bunch it up in behind this right here. And then I have some lace to go across the bottom. So let's get this put together. I'll do the lace first. And then we're going to take this and just kind of put some glue around here, and I'm going to come in and kind of scrunch this up a little bit. Now the problem is this is when I get the glue all over me, so it just happens. Okay, and this is going to go on top of that. I like the neutral backgrounds and then add color on the front here in my layers. And then I'll come in with the butterfly. Again, it's got the sparkles on it, which I really love. It does make the paper wet, so once you spray it on, you need to leave it for a little bit and let it dry completely, and then come back and use it. So we want some ribbon to go on this too, and I found these cutest things. These were on Amazon, and there's 4 different colors, and it picked up all the colors in this kit. So I'm using these as my ribbons. I think I need to oil my chair, it's squeaking. Anyway, I'm just going to tie this in a little bow. And then I think I'll just put it right down here. I'll put it at the base of this flower, like it's a little bouquet. So there's the 2 that we made today. Both of those can be used any way I want to. They'll still can be used as a pocket if I want them to be, which I think might be a good idea. But I want to show you these others that I've made. There were some large butterflies in the kit, so I used those. There were 2 of them that I cut out so far. I used those on these circles. The circle is the background with the flowers on the bottom, and I attached the butterfly with the wings loose. This is a yo-yo that my mother made. She made many yo-yo quilts, and these were just some leftover yo-yos that she gave me. You just take the fabric and gather it into a circle like that. The colors seem to go with this, so I used that pretty lace again in the background here. I kind of scrunched it up, put this on, and used lace for my ribbon. Now, any of these, if they're used as tags, they can be written on the back. And I didn't think of it ahead of time to stencil on there, but I think I'll just leave them white. This one I started with this pretty neutral background. Another yo-yo with some ribbon. This is my focal point. This is some lace that I had from a kind of a scarf thing that I had, and when I washed it, it got discolored. So I'm using it in my crafts. Another sparkly butterfly with pearls as its body. This one is another pretty neutral background. I used my lace across the bottom. This is my focal point here. I added a spray of flowers, a butterfly with the pearls, some of the small little ephemera, and words grateful. I think I got the words from My Porch Prints too, and I'll look it up. And I think they came from My Porch Prints. If they did, I'll put the link in the description. I forgot to mention the words here. I just cut out the ones that I thought might be appropriate. This is another circle, and it was plain, so I pretty much covered it up completely. I used there were two sizes of tags. One had the lace on it, and this one like this. I poked the holes in the top and glued them down, sticking up above the circle. Tied a ribbon, and I added some cheesecloth, some flowers. This is actually one piece of ephemera that I cut the flowers apart, and a little piece here, and the word lovely. Again, the sparkly is on the brown wings of the butterfly. This one was a large tag shape. That was plain. This is my focal point. I used some, cut off a piece of a doily to let hang out the bottom here. I have another yo-yo. This was out of a greeting card that I had. I just kept the little heart. This is the tag that I've glued on to stick up above with a ribbon, and some other ephemera here. There's another circle with the large butterfly. Another yo-yo with the ribbon and my family. And I cut a piece of doily to hang out beneath the bottom there. And this is the last one right here. Again, the background is neutral. I added some bright colors here, some lace. This is cheesecloth that I got from the wedding shop in Amazon. They have real long runners that make great colors for our use in our journals. The word thankful, pretty burgundy butterfly with pearl wings. So this is my journal here. And what I can do is, let's just say I wanted to use this right here. I could use this on the inside front cover as a pocket. I could come through here and clip it on up here, or make a hidden paper clip and slide photographs or something in underneath there and leave this page for writing. There's lots of ways that these can be used to decorate the pages beautifully. So I hope you enjoyed this so far. I'm going to go off camera here and gather up my ancestors' pictures, and I want to show them to you on this video. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I can't get all these out of the frames just yet, but these are, most of them I'm going to put in this journal. And then I want to write just a little story and their names and stuff with each picture that I put in there. This is my granny, my daddy's mother, and my daddy was a twin. And there's Donnie and Ronnie, twins. This is my parents. I guess when they were first married. My mother's 98 years old. She's still living. This is my mother when she was a baby. Every time she sees the picture, she talks about how cute she was. This is my granny's mother, grandmama, and her husband. The story is he was poked in the eye with an umbrella, so he was blind. This is my my granddaddy on my daddy's side, his father and wife. So it's my great-grandparents. This is my great-grandparents on my mother's side, her mother's parents, Papa. I knew Papa. He lived to be up in his 90s. So I'm going to scatter these through my journal, and probably after I get it finished, I'll decide exactly how I want those in there, and then write a little something about each one. So we're going to continue decorating the journal and getting it ready to focus on my family. And I think this will be a great way to keep the pictures versus sitting them out all over the place. I'm sure that my daughter will enjoy inheriting this book, and my brother will enjoy looking at it. So that's the idea. These papers just had the look, the color scheme, and everything just goes with these old-timey pictures. And so next, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but it'll be another portion of our journal. So I look forward to seeing you soon. I'll be back before you know it.